Hello everyone. Today I have been very busy because this is the end of the month and I had to do some spiritual work for some selected spiritual friends of mine that I do every month end. So I've been very busy yesterday and today. I'm not even completely done yet. When I'm done with this life, I'm going to go back and finish up the rest of it. Okay, so if you are following me, welcome to my live. If you're seeing my live for the first time, welcome to the live. Follow if you have not followed me so that you can be updated when I post spiritual content on this live. If you're interested about spiritual things, to learn about your spirit guides, angels, and many other spiritual information to make you spiritually wise and to empower yourself, then follow me. I'm going to open your eyes to many things that you're not aware of. Okay, so today teaching is going to be about the purpose of spiritual work, the purpose of spare work, okay, the purpose of prayers and maintenance. Okay, like when you go to church, you're praying every Sunday. Why do you go to church? It's for you to connect to God, right? To connect to Jesus Christ, to maintain the relationship, for protection, to help you achieve some certain goals in your life. Okay? And just praying, like the way they pray in the church, is not as effective as doing spiritual work. Because spiritual work, you need the materials. You're connecting to different spirits in different dimensions. And angels too, because I work a lot with angels. Okay, so and each angels or divine spirits, they have their goals, their roles, their activity, the tasks that God have assigned them to do. So a good spiritualist is supposed to know the angels, the tasks that they do, who to go and meet to get some things done. Some work requires a lot of strength. You understand? I don't know how to put it. Some spiritual work are very kind of big tasks to do. So if you are just going to the church to pray and maybe you're supposed to align your spirit, you're just praying, it's not going to work. For example, some people are struggling to get pregnant. Going to church and praying for pregnancy, and you have someone in the dark side holding your womb for you not to get pregnant. Unless your pastor is very strong, you're not going to get pregnant. But when you do the spiritual work, then we can go and lose you, separate you, remove all the hindrances, okay, that is stopping you not to get pregnant. Some of us, you just need to be in our presence because of the spirit that we carry, you understand? And then they start breaking the curses, and some spiritual work is for you to break curses. Maybe you're not getting married, someone is preventing you from getting married. So when you start doing spiritual work, you'll be able to get rid of those hindrances, those blockages. And some of you that are broke, maybe you're not even in your destiny, you're not supposed to be broke, right? And sometimes you dream, you see yourself very wealthy, you have so much money, but in physical, you're actually struggling. So there is a blockage, there is a hindrance. It could be a cause. And the cause could be from your foundation, from your family, from your grandparents or great-grandparents have done something that is not affecting people right now, you people in your family. Okay? So spiritual work is important to get rid of all these things. Okay, for example, and let me just take this as an example. Like you're married and there's some side chick that is disturbing your marriage, trying to take your husband, and there's some spiritual work you can do to stop that relationship. If you're just going to church and praying, God, it is not in Jesus Christ's nature to do some work like those separation of stuff, revenging of something that someone has done against you, deleting something that is not supposed to be there. Okay, it's not in Jesus Christ. Some of you that goes to church, you have to check what are the abilities of Jesus Christ. So you can't go and be telling Jesus Christ revenge on something, and it's not in his abilities, in his nature to do those things. If you're saying do healings, do deliverance, he could be able to do that. That is if he meets Jesus Christ in person, if you're connecting to him in the supernatural, not some pastor who does not have the ability of Jesus Christ, and then they are acting as if they're Jesus Christ. Okay, this is just an example. Or if you're dating someone and the person is so stingy and the person is not releasing money, and you know the person has money, there is some spiritual work you can do so that the person can open their hands and begin to become generous towards you. So there are many things you can do in the supernatural to manifest things in the physical. And doing spiritual work is more effective than just going to church and praying. Even doing spiritual baths, your spiritual bath that you can mix yourself or just use egg on yourself, is more. Some of them are more effective than you going to deliverance and doing praying for God knows how long. I've done that in the past. You know, so I know the differences of vesting. So doing spiritual work is important for you to progress in life. It will clear off everything that is hindering you from achieving your goal, from your life path. That is what spiritual work is going to do, and it is going to force some things to happen in your life depending on the kind of spiritual work you're doing. Okay, depending on the spiritual work they've asked you to do or that you want to do for yourself. And it depends also who is doing the spiritual work for you. All these fingers are not equal. There is this, you know, it depends on who you go to do spiritual work. There are some people that will do spiritual work for you. It will take months and years before it will even happen, manifest. Why some people, it will be just few days or few weeks. And you have to know what the person can do before you can go to the person to do spiritual work. Okay? So, and you have to be doing maintenance. For example, when you do a spiritual work to get a promotion, and then your boss favors you and gives you a promotion at work, and you know you have a lot of competition, your competitors are there, your colleagues are competing with you, you cannot just do that spiritual work one time after your promotion and then you say, oh, I've got this position now, let me just relax. You still have to maintain to continue to have that favor from your boss, so that someone else don't go and take the position from you. So someone else cannot go and do something else, you know, and collect it from you. Because it's a position, is competition. You know, and other ones is if someone is spiritually attacking you, like spiritually trying to stop you from growing spiritually, and you did the spiritual work to remove those hindrances. After the first one, just don't go relax and say, I have done it now, and then things are now working for me, so I can just move on with my life. No. Once you've done the first one and things are working for you, you have to renew it either monthly or every 3 months or every 6 months, depending on what the spirituality told you to do. You have to continuously to renew it in order to maintain what you've achieved, what you've gotten from that spiritual work. Okay? And some of this one is mostly for some women. Like when they go and get married, in the beginning they will think, now I'm married, I'm now relaxed. Okay? And some of them, maybe they went to prayers to be able to get married, and after the marriage they will just relax. They don't know that it's actually when you're married, that is when the tax to maintain the marriage is higher than when you're not married. So you still have to do spiritual work to maintain your marriage, to make sure that someone else does not interfere in your relationship. The same with the men, you know. In the past, it's only women that used to go to spiritual houses to do spiritual work for their partner. But now I have realized a lot of men are even doing more than women nowadays, you know. So spiritual work is very important for you to do. You can learn to do spiritual work, basic ones for yourself, like to remove negative energies, to align your spiritual team, your spiritual forces, so that you can get protection, and to maintain that alliance that you have done, that relationship. Because you have to maintain every relationship that you have with spirit so that they can continue to bless you, you know. Because some of you guys, when you've done some spiritual work, like when you go and align your spiritual team, and you think it's only one time, after then it's over. No, you have to renew the relationship, like maintaining it. You have to be communicating, you know, to be able to achieve, for them to help you. That's why they are your spirit guide. They are there to help you to succeed. So you have to maintain this relationship so they can continue to do this spiritual work for you. So continue to help you achieve your goal. Okay? So because I know that some people, they don't know how important doing spiritual work is. If you really want to achieve, if you want to succeed, if you want to like succeed, like get a job, buy a car, get married, get pregnant, and these things are being difficult for you to get, even when you've gone to churches, then you know that spiritual work is the last alternative for you, because these ones are more effective, because we are putting spiritual material, we are like, my spirit guides are going to be there. For example, also the spiritualists, if they are called, they have spirit that they work with, that they are born with, plus other spirits and angels or any other spirit that they work with. So these are the people that is going to go and stand in the gap for you in the spirit, supernatural, and make sure that those things that are blocking you, that you're not achieving, that you begin to get them. Okay? It's not just going to the church and praying and not doing the main important things that you're supposed to do to succeed. And once you've got what you want, you maintain it. Okay? That is just what I want to say today. Just for example, every month I do road opening to remove blockages for some of my spiritual friends that I do work for every month. Okay? I remove the blockages from their paths, also from my side, because you never know who is targeting you. As you're removing, someone is there throwing something new. So you always have to remove blockages to make sure your path is open, that nothing is blocking your path. And then you have to invite prosperity into your life, wealth and prosperity. So every month I do this. So this is why I was a bit late to do this teaching today. So why do we do it every month? It's to maintain what we achieve in opening our paths, in inviting spirits and divine angels to bring wealth and prosperity into our lives, so that we'll be able to succeed in life without someone trying to block our paths. Okay, so that is just an example why you have to maintain any spiritual work that you're doing. If you're doing spiritual baths, don't just do it one time and say, oh, I'm done, now I'm clean and things are working for me, so I don't need to do it again. No, you have to do your spiritual bath regularly. As you, just the way you take your physical bath, you know that you're dirty and you have to bath physically. That is how you have to take your spiritual bath. Because even if someone is not throwing spells and negative energy or bad juju on you, once you go out and you're connecting with people outside, those people also, you can attract negative energy and from people outside also. So this is why it's important to keep your aura clean, so that there will be no blockages that is blocking your paths. Okay? And align your spirit is so important, because sometimes you don't even have to buy all these spiritual materials, and especially most of you don't know how to do spiritual work, you understand? So when you align your spirit guides, they are the one that will go. You just tell them, especially when you have altar for them, you just go and tell them, I need this job, or I need promotion. And you see, they will go and bring it for you. They will make sure that you get this promotion. Or maybe you're struggling to travel, and maybe you've been applying for visas and they are rejecting you several times. When you do spiritual work, or when you have good relationship with your spiritual team, you know, with your spirit guides, they will go and get it for you. Okay? So spiritual work is very important. It's more important than going to church and praying. Just imagine how many years you've been going to church and praying. What have been your results? You have to think about that. Since you've been praying in church for many years to get some things, are you getting any results? But you're still going to that church. You're still going to give tithe, pay tithes, and give offering. Yet you're not getting the results you want. You're just hoping. But when you go to spiritual, when you do spiritual work, you will be able to see what is hindering you, if it's a cause, if someone is blocking you, if someone is afflicting you, if it's a witchcraft or something. We are going to look. It's like when you go to a doctor, they have to diagnose you before they treat you. They need to know what sickness you have in your body and know which medication that is best to treat this illness. That is how it is in the supernatural. Okay, and also some illness needs like you have to take the medication regularly for you to maintain, to sustain yourself, because maybe some illness are chronic illness that you have for a lifetime, but you have to be maintaining it. But if you don't know that you have this illness, that you need maintenance, and you're going to church and just be praying and praying, it's not going to happen. And angels, there are some angels that specializes in healings, in deliverance, you know. When you're just praying to Jesus Christ and you're not even connecting to these angels that specializes in healings and deliverance, you're not going to get it. Yeah, just like I said, some angels that specialize in bringing wealth and prosperity into your life. That is just 1% of the angels that I gave to you guys. You know, the 99% of them is with me, which I'm not going to share everything, you understand? So there are spirits that specializes in healing and deliverance. And when you call them, they will come and deliver. You don't even need any pastor or any spiritualist to be praying for you if you know all these things. But if you don't know them, of course, you have to go through someone that knows it, you know? So the same way some people, spiritual people, they have gift of healings and deliverance. It is the spirit guide that they are born with, okay, that does all these things. So this is why it's good to know spiritual work. Actually, I can't even understand. When I started doing spiritual work, I mean, I've been doing spiritual work like when I was little. I mean, even when I don't understand the spiritual materials, those that understood the spiritual materials, they know what they are doing. They will just come to me and say, this person needs healing. And they will bring some material. All I need to do is touch it. And then the person is going to get healed. And I was just as little as 3 years old, okay? And some of them, they will just say, I'm going for a contract, or I'm going to apply for a job, bless me. You know, I'll just say, go, you'll get it. Sometimes I'll ask you, do you want to get this job? You say, yes. I say, go, you get it. And once they come back, they'll be so happy and they will start buying me stuff. I didn't even know who I was at that time, you understand? And even pregnancy, I know so many women that have gotten pregnant just by being around me. Or some of them I will just like give them water and then I pray with the water. And some of them have not been having their bearing for many years. Just those things I gave to them, they are getting blessed. And there is some women, there is a woman that was like she was barren for 15 years. She's from Poland. What did I do? All I did for this woman was going to her house and cleaning her home. You know, I just cleaned her home like for 1 week. After the 1 week, 3 months later, she got pregnant. You understand? So everybody grace are different. You understand? You know, everybody grace are different. And doing spiritual work, even if you don't have that grace, the person that does the work for you is going to use the spirit that they have to bless you. So learn to do some spiritual work for yourself. Be praying to your spirit guides. Connect to your spirit guides. Connect to your ancestral spirit guides, angels, you know. Because some African spiritualists, when they see me talking about angels, you're missing things together, but how come you're not just praying to your ancestral spirit guide? Even before I knew about my ancestral spirit guide, I was already working with angels, because some angels have visited me several times. That is how I got to even know about angels before my ancestral spirit guide. So learn to do spiritual work and maintain it. Maintain your spiritual work. There are some things that with spiritual work you will get it within 3 months, and you've been praying for like 15 years, you will not be able to get it. There are some, it's hard for me to explain to you guys how important it is to do spiritual work and maintaining those work. And when someone has done work for you and you've seen results, just make sure you go and bless that person. Because when you bless the person is going to do even more for you. But when they bless you and you run away and maybe something happens again and you lose what you've gotten, and they come back again, they might not want to help you. Because when you get a blessing and someone have gone extreme lengths, like me, when I'm doing spiritual work, I go to the extreme length to get some things done, because I don't ever want to lose in any spiritual work. You understand? So this is why I also go and do divination first. I check out everything. No, what spirit specializes in doing these tasks, and then I know, or my spirit guide is going to direct me to the spirit that is going to do the tasks. So if there is no spirit that is going to do that specific task that someone is asking for, I'm not going to take the job, because I know that the spirits with me and that my spirit guides or the angels that I work with cannot do it. You understand? So this is why a lot of people, like spiritualists, cannot do all works. Some of them will claim that they do works, but they are lying to you. They will just take your money and you will not see any result. And some basic principles that they do to get spiritual work, they don't even do it. I mean, before I even do work for someone, I have to go through their spirit guide, their personal spirit guide, you know? And I have to tell the spirit guide, like, I'm here for peace, for good purpose. This is what I want to do for this person. You understand? So I need their permission to go and do this stuff for them. And then the spirit guides, they are going to check, do I have good intention for this person? If I have a bad intention, of course, they will not let me if the spirit guide are strong. You understand? But when they see that I have good intention, they obviously let me do what I want to do to help an individual. The same. So, like me now, someone cannot just come to my space and say they want to do something. My spirit guides are very defensive. So this is why I understood that before you work for someone, you have to go and you have to connect to the person's spirit guides in order to be able to do the work. Because you might have a spirit guide that cannot do the work for you, but someone can come there and do the work. But your spirit guide have to allow the person to do the work, as long as the person have good intention to do work for someone. Okay, so if you have a question, you can ask now before I go. Because I still have to do some work. I'm not even done yet, because every end of the month I always do road opening and prosperity rituals and prayer for some people, and there's some work that I have to finalize. If you have some question, ask. Let me read some text that is here. Okay, let me just clarify some things. I never inbox anyone for reading. I will never inbox you or comment on your comment section that you should come and then get a reading from me. It's not me. It's all these scammers, all those people that are pretending to offer readings. A real reader will not go to another reader or a spiritualist page and trying to get clients. Anyone that is going to someone's page and commenting on people's comments, they are fake. They are just trying to collect your money. They're not real. Real spiritualists will have their own page, and they will never go to another person. I will never contact you for reading or spiritual work. I will never comment on your post asking you to come for a reading or something like that. So be aware of scammers, okay? I will never ask you to donate on any charity or something like that through your inbox or through anything. I don't do that, okay? So be very careful who you're booking reading or spiritual work with, okay? So those, because I block people every day like that are sending spam comments on my posts trying to get reading or spiritual work from people by scamming them. And most of them have a white person's picture to pretend to be a white person. They are all black people. Most of them are black people pretending to be a white person, so you can trust them. So be very, very, very careful. Okay, so I'm going to like delete this British mail, and you know it's not a British mail. A British mail will never do a thing like that. Okay. Let me just block this guy, this person. A British person will never come on your comment section and be asking for reading. They will never do that. They will, if they are actually a real reader, they will have their own page and people will come to them, just like me. I don't go to people. People have to come to me. And the only way you can book a reading or spiritual work with me is through my website, which is on my About page. That is through my website. Anything that does not go through my website is not me. I use my website because I'm trying to avoid scammers and people that are always trying to scam. I will never send you a bank account to send money or something like that. It's through my website that you have to use your credit card to purchase for the service. And then I'm going to provide the service to you. Okay? Bye for now.